Hello and welcome to The Voice of Todd. I'm Tom, and today I want to look at the reasons that I'm getting hyped for 2021. We're going to take a look at some of my top fives in the TV shows, movies, and the games that are coming out, hopefully 2021. Things that I really can't wait to enjoy, and hopefully, as I say, we'll be getting them and we can enjoy them together. We're going to start off with TV shows because I don't really watch a lot of TV. There isn't much that I'm sort of keeping tabs on. And a lot of what I'm excited for is just season whatever of another constantly running show. So I thought we'd touch on that first and we can slowly build the hype from there. At number 5, Scenes from a Marriage. Now this is on HBO. It's quite an interesting one for me. I don't know much about it, but I do love things that sort of explore the human psyche in different situations. From what I've seen of this is an American retelling of a Swedish limited series from Ingmar Bergman back in 1973. It spawned stage shows and all sorts of things. There's about a couple dealing with life over a period of time. The reason that I'm looking forward to this is that it stars Jessica Chastain and Oscar Isaac, who I adore. They also worked together on A Most Violent Year a couple of years back. I think this has a lot of potential. Looking at the cast, I mean, those two alone are going to have great chemistry together. I don't know if I'll be able to see it in the UK, but I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for this one. At 4, over to Netflix this time for The Witcher Season 2. I think Season 1 was a bit of a mess. There's such an amazing world with the Witcherverse though. I'm a massive fan of the games. I haven't read the books yet, I would like to. But there's so much going on in the world and there's so many different places that you can explore. And Season 1 was with a little bit more focus, it could have been incredible. And I think maybe the slightly better writing, and again a lot more focus. Season 2 really honing on the characters that they've introduced. This could be quite the season. Henry Cavill is a brilliant Geralt. He really puts everything into the role, as you can see, and the choreography for the fight scenes alone is enough to get me excited for this one. I did hear just before Christmas Henry Cavill injured himself on set, so hopefully he's recovering. We don't want any injuries to our greatest export at the minute with Henry Cavill, so hopefully he's back, he's fighting fit, and we will get a lot more Geralt this year. At 3, The Rookie Season 3. This is ABC in America, and I think Sky have it over here in the UK. This is on there because I'm very biased towards Nathan Fillion. I adore that guy. I have since Firefly. I watch him in anything. But actually I think The Rookie is a really good show. I've seen the first 2 series. We had to wait to get them in the UK, which sucked. But I really think with Season 2 The Rookie found its footing. The cliffhanger ending was brilliant. But the characters are just so likeable, and it's just a fun hour of a show that you just lose yourself in. Just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Alexi Hawley, who's the brain behind this, he also created Castle, which I enjoyed mostly, and The Following. I don't know if you saw that. I think that's on Amazon Prime at the minute. But that was a really good thriller with Kevin Bacon and Shawn Ashmore, I think it was. But that was, serial killer. That was a much more harder edge than The Rookie. But again, that ran for 3 seasons. That was excellent. So that's 2 very enjoyable shows that he's done. And as I say, The Rookie found its footing in Season 2. I think Season 3 is going to be quite a good start off from that cliffhanger ending, and you're guaranteed to get quite a few cool guest stars and some Firefly alums showing up in this. So let's hope. But that should be out soon, and I am very much looking forward to binging that when I get the chance. A couple of honourable mentions now, or an honourable mention for TV shows. This is for one that I only really found and got into last year, but it's of course The Orville. I absolutely love this series. I thought it went from strength to strength. Season 2 is some incredible sci-fi. This is one of the best sci-fi shows on TV at the moment. I don't know if Season 3 is coming this year. I haven't heard much about it. Admittedly, haven't looked into it a huge amount. But I know that they're filming something, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing where this show goes next. But that, if you haven't seen The Orville, definitely check it out. It's well worth your time. At 2, yes, he's back from the dead and sneaking in here. It's the Book of Boba Fett. This is on Disney+. I think they said December 2021. This one took me by surprise. I did actually ask nicely. I do have one request, actually, if anyone from Disney or Star Wars is listening. Can we get Robert Rodriguez to direct a Boba Fett Fennec team-up movie, please? I'd really enjoy that, thank you. Thanks. So thank you. The idea of Boba and Fennec, who were the two standouts of Mandalorian Season 2 here for me, just running the Tatooine criminal underworld, and the fact that Robert Rodriguez is EP along with John and Dave, who have done wonderful things with The Mandalorian, let's be honest. This has my attention. Tamara Morrison and Ming-Na Wen, obviously two very talented actors, two very physical actors. This is shaping up to be an excellent show. Maybe even the best Star Wars we've had in a long time. So I'm very much looking forward to this, and I will be looking for more and hopefully doing some videos on the build up to this. And at number 1, there can only be one. No, it's not Highlander. Is there even a Highlander TV show? Is that still in the works? It's the best show on TV right now. It's The Expanse. Season 5 is only halfway through, and it's truly amazing. Every episode just perfect TV. The idea that we have to wait a whole year for Season 6, which has been confirmed. I heard one of the EPs confirming it on one of the videos, post-show videos. So we know it's coming. But the fact that we have to wait a whole year kind of sucks. But this is The Expanse. We know it's going to be worth it. And we've still got 5 episodes of Season 5 to go. So, I just want it all now. It's so good. You should be watching The Expanse. If you don't watch anything else, you should be watching The Expanse. That's where we are with TV. I think there's some really good picks there, personally. For me, I mean, it might not be for your thing. Very sci-fi heavy. But hopefully there's something in there that you can start to keep an eye out for. But over to movies. The only stipulation that I've put on this is that they have to be being released in the cinema. That's how I prefer to enjoy films, certainly the first viewing. And I believe that everything on this list is coming out in the cinema. Hopefully the cinemas will be open. But let's get into it. At 5, Mortal Kombat, the 2020 pushed to 2021 reboot. This is a very strange one for me. I love Mortal Kombat 1995. I grew up with it. It was my first entry into Mortal Kombat, was that film. It's one of my greatest guilty pleasures. It's an incredible, I don't even know if it's a B movie. It's just amazing. If this reboot is anywhere near as insane and goofy as that one, I'm probably going to love it. But if it's like Annihilation, the 1997 sequel, it can fuck off. But I'm an optimist. This is going to be a lot of fun, I think. And I am unashamedly looking forward to this, no matter how naff it's going to be. At 4, Black Widow. I will watch Scarlett Johansson fight her way out of a paper bag for 4 hours. I just love her. I've loved her since Lost in Translation so many years ago now. In all honesty, I'm not that excited for MCU Phase 4, but this movie is set before Endgame, so it technically counts as Phase 3, so I'm allowing myself this one. This movie should have happened, 5 years ago, maybe more. But I think this could be quite a fun little standalone caper. With Florence Pugh, Rachel Weisz, and David Harbour as well. Sign me up. I think this is May this year, so still a little bit of a wait considering it was meant to come out 12 months ago, whatever. But I think this could be a lot of fun. At 3, A Quiet Place 2. I think every film on this list should have come out in 2020, to be honest. That's probably no surprise because who knows what the slate would have been in 2021 if we'd had a normal year. But A Quiet Place 2 is a strange one because I don't think A Quiet Place needed a sequel. I know why it was greenlit, because the first one made so much money and the studio just wanted another. But the first one is such a wonderful self-contained story. But I'm really interested to see where this goes. I think John Krasinski did an incredible job with the first. Him and Emily Blunt were both fantastic. I mean, Emily Blunt can hold the screen on her own anyway. She's perfect. But the addition of Cillian Murphy here, who is quite an intense actor as well, I think this could be really good. And the story can be continued in a plausible way. So I'm very, very interested in where this is going to go. Honorable mentions here. First one is probably going to the cinema. Ideally with friends. I'm happy to go on my own. Even my local cinema is shut down currently at the minute. So we will see. Hopefully we can get to see all this stuff, but just let us get back in the cinema, please. I wanted to sit in a dark room and just lose myself in another world. Another honourable mention here, and again I'm kind of stretching it a little bit. I did say the stipulations was they had to be released in the cinema, but this is my list, so I'll do what I want. This is the graphic novel by Duncan Jones and Alex de Campi. Yes, it's Maddie, Once Upon a Time in the Future. This is part 3 of Duncan's Mooniverse. I've been looking forward to this thing for ages. I was a day one backer on the Kickstarter some point back in early 2020. And I can't wait for this thing to land. This is my most hyped thing of 2021 at this point. Probably because it's the soonest thing to arrive, but I just can't wait to devour this. And I'm a big fan of Mute as well. Duncan's work's incredible, so I think this will be something special, hopefully. But back to our true proper list that is back to following the rules. We have, at number 2, Ghostbusters Afterlife. Ghostbusters has been a huge part of my life for as long as I can remember. Since childhood, I've just loved the first 2 movies. They've just always been a staple in my life. I've watched them more times than I can count, maybe even more times than I've watched Star Wars. The main reason that I'm excited for this is because we've got the OG cast back. Hopefully this is handled really well. Hopefully it's handled with the reverence to the original films that they deserve. It doesn't try to sully the past canon and mess things up. From what I've seen with the trailer, I do have faith and I do hope that this isn't a letdown. But unlike the recent reboot that I still haven't seen and will not watch, I think this has a lot of potential. And at number 1, anybody that knows me will know what my number 1 film of 2021 is. This project has been my most wanted movie since it was announced in 2017. It's based on my favourite book of all time, and Denis Villeneuve is probably my favourite director at this point with his body of work. So I have 100% faith in this. Yes, it's Dune. The cast is not messing around. The first trailer was incredible, even down to Hans Zimmer's retooling of a Pink Floyd track. Everything about this just screams me. It looks amazing. It actually looks how I imagined it when I first read the book when I was 13. I think this film could be huge if marketed properly by Warner Brothers and not just thrown on the streaming service like they threatened to do originally. This could be the potential to be this decade's Lord of the Rings if done right. That's how high my hype levels are for this. And I hope it does the source material justice. I think it will. Hopefully we'll find out in October when it hits the theatres. Now over to my biggest love, gaming. Gaming has been, like Ghostbusters, gaming has been with me for as long as I can remember. I've been playing games since I was 4, on the Mega Drive with Sonic. Gaming has got me through so much in my life, and 2020 surprisingly was no different. There were some huge things in 2020. I think 2021, even with the weird working from home stuff that devs are doing, could have some pretty big releases. Let's take a look at my top 5. At number 5, Deathloop. Game looks brilliant. It's such a vibrant style, crazy gameplay. It looks like there's lots of ways to play, an interesting take on multiplayer. I think this could be so much fun. Weirdly, even though Microsoft now own Bethesda, the publisher, this game is only coming out on PS5 and PC. It's a timed exclusive on the PS5, so 2022 it should be with us on the Xbox. But I think this game could be worth picking up on PC. That's how excited I am for it. It just looks like so much fun. At 4, The Medium. Now this is Xbox PC exclusive, if you can even call that exclusive. This is another new game, another new IP. This looks crazy. I've been keeping away from trailers and spoilers because I don't really want to know what's going on. I want to figure that out for myself when I get to play it. But this looks so creepy. The gameplay looks really interesting. The idea of the two worlds that you navigate through. This could be the first true next-gen game of 2021, and luckily it's due out this January. So fingers crossed. At 3, when I saw the footage for this game, I was blown away. This is Stray, the PS5 PC exclusive. Again, if you can call it exclusive. I think if it goes to PC, it's not exclusive. But this is just a crazy neon world full of robots and cats. Yeah, you've sold me with that straight away. It looks great. It sounds like a more of an action mystery game, or definitely more exploring. And it could be one of the most adorable games ever made. So I'm really looking forward to Stray here. Honourable mentions, there's a couple here. Again, gaming, I'm indulging myself. First up, hopefully patches and the next gen upgrade for Cyberpunk. I think the game is incredible. I finished it a few days ago. I'm working on a review. It blew me away. I was lucky enough to run it with no game-breaking bugs. I can't wait to see the new content and what they actually do once they've fixed it. I think that this is going to be in an even better state very soon. And that next gen upgrade could be huge for it and next gen console owners. Mass Effect Legendary Collection, it was always going to be on the list. It's as an honourable mention because it's a set of old games being re-released effectively, but they are retooling Mass Effect, I believe. So I'm interested to see what changes they make to the first one. Again, this isn't a 2021 release as such, but I did pick up Baldur's Gate 3 in early access. I know that they're still working a lot on that game. I love my time in it. I didn't finish what we had to play because they put out an update that got rid of the saves, but I'm really looking forward to jumping back in and playing more of it when it's finished. I think it's going to be 2021, it might not be, who knows, but Baldur's Gate 3 is a lot of fun from what I've played, and I did put quite a few hours into it. So here's looking forward to that as well. But back to our main list. At number 2, this is another Microsoft exclusive Xbox PC. This is Everwild. I was really nice surprised to see this back in the summer at the showcase. This is Rare's new IP. Has a fantastic art style. It's visually stunning. It looks so beautiful. It also looks like there's a lot of interaction between the player and the world and the creatures in the world. This could be a big hit for Microsoft. As I say, we don't know much about it. I have a feeling that this could be quite a nice distraction for what 2021 wants to throw at us. And I hope that it is out in 2021. I think it was originally scheduled for 2020, late 2020. But we'll see. I'm looking forward to seeing more at this game at the very least. But hopefully we'll get to play it. And at number 1, if you've seen anything other than my face on this video, you'll probably know what this is. This is a Microsoft exclusive, so Xbox PC. Obviously, it's Halo Infinite. I've been playing Halo for 19 years now, since it was released, almost. November is Halo's massive 20-year anniversary. It looks like that's when we're going to be getting Infinite to drop. It's usually a fall release with these. We did get quite an extensive look at one of the missions with the gameplay footage that looked a bit ropey. But the reason that this is at number 1 for me is because of the December 2020 update that we got just before Christmas, before 343 went on a break. The art style is looking incredible. It's back to the good old Bungie days. The story details that we know do have me intrigued, although I am slightly worried. But everything that they said in the update really got me on the hype train. It sounded like they'd listened, like they'd learned, and they were putting the time into crafting and making this such a beautiful experience and a solid foundation to build off on for Halo over the next decade or so. I do have concerns about 343 Industries. Off the back of Halo 5, I think any Halo fan would. But I think the team is headed in the right direction. I really want to see more. I want to know what the new consoles are going to do to push Halo into the future. And I really hope that this is a Halo game that the fans can all get behind and fall in love with. Hopefully it'll bring in some fresh blood with it being a free multiplayer. But I really want this franchise back on top. It's been a long time since it was, but I think this is heading in the right direction. So that's what I'm looking forward to in 2021. There's quite a lot there. I think this could be a busy year, and I think most of what I've picked out, a lot of it is spread out in the first 6 months of the year anyway, so we could be quite top heavy with this. This list will probably change over time as we hear more, as new things get announced. But I think, just in a general feeling, I have a good vibe about this year. It can't be worse than 2020. And if any of this stuff comes out and is good, I will be very happy. But thank you very much for watching. Happy New Year to any of you who are still here at this point. The support on the channel has been amazing through the first few months of this. Please do follow, like, subscribe. You know the drill, you've probably seen a YouTube video before. It really does mean a lot, and it does help the channel grow and helps me keep doing this stuff. And I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.